You see the thing up there? Lately, there's a lot of 7-seater fully electric options in the market, like the Denza D9, the Xiaopeng X9, and also the Zeekr 999. But if you're looking for a 7-seater SUV, here's the new one, the Volvo EX90, basically the bigger brother of the EX30 which we saw earlier. Is this EV any good? Well, this is a quick preview ahead of the official launch. So come, let's take a closer look. So, the Volvo EX90, this is the largest fully electric Volvo passenger vehicle yet. No, I said passenger because there is a prime mover that's fully electric. So this is essentially the electric equivalent to the popular XC90. And we don't have the full specs and options in Malaysia just yet at the time of recording. So what we can tell from the global releases is that there will be two options. Both are all-wheel drive setup with twin motors. So the base version comes with two motors that pushes about 400 horsepower. They can get from 0 to 100 km/h in 5.9 seconds. And there's also the performance version, the Ultra Performance, that pushes over 500 horsepower, and that can get from 0 to 100 km/h in 4.9 seconds. It might not be that obvious in photos and videos, but this EV is pretty huge. It's actually more than 5 meters long, and it has a wheelbase of close to 3 meters. On paper, this EV is actually longer and wider than the Volvo XC90, which is pretty huge. On the front, it retains a very familiar look similar to the EX30, and you had also get these tall hammer headlights. And what's interesting is that these LED headlights actually open up to reveal the main headlights, which looks pretty cool. And at the back is unmistakably Volvo. The EX90 features these C-shaped rear lights with this array of vertical lights, which is quite similar to what you get on a traditional Volvo. And if you open the boot, it reveals a pretty spacious boot. With the third row up, you get 310 liters of space, and if you need more storage, you can just fold the third row down, which is powered, and you get a total of 655 liters of space, and that's inclusive of the extra 65 liters of storage under the floor, which is massive, more than enough to store your shopping goods. If that's not enough, you can fold the second row seats down, and you get more than 1,900 liters of space, and these 3 seats can fold and slide individually. And the interior of the Volvo EX90, well, is something to expect from Volvo. They are very good at making this a very premium feeling cabin. They play around with a lot of different materials, like for example, you have this like leatherette kind of feel, kind of material up here, this soft touch with a bit of fabric, and there's also a wood panel here, which strangely, it also illuminates to give it a more upmarket feel. And similar to the Volvo EX30, you get this massive tablet over here. I believe this measures close to 50 inches, but unlike the EX30, the Volvo EX90 comes with an instrument cluster up front as well as a heads-up display, so you can see most of the critical car information without being distracted to look at the main display. So that's a nice touch. But one thing I don't like is that for the power windows, well, you have interior power window controls on each of the doors, but to adjust the rear, you need to tap on an additional button just to adjust the rear window. Come on, Volvo. In terms of storage, it's pretty decent in here. You have these 2 cup holders over here. You have a storage inside the armrest that has 2 levels, and you also this huge space down here with this flexible gutter thing to hold your phones, which is a nice touch. And also the seats are pretty good. You also have this extendable under thigh support, which I really like, and this is a nice and comfortable place to be in for long distance drives. And the EX90 is equipped with a 25 speaker Bowers & Wilkins sound system, and you also get this massive glass roof, which doesn't come with a retractable sunshade, but I think that this should contain some UV protection to ensure that the cabin is comfortable for hot summer days. And it's very quiet in here, and I can tell that it also has double glazed windows, so it actually helps with the acoustics in this car to keep it really quiet for long distance drives. Stepping inside the second row of the EX90, it's pretty good. I mean, you have a lot of legroom over here. This is just for second row. Since this EV, you got a very nice flat floor. You got rear aircon vents, not just from the center, but also on the B pillars as well. And wow, as a second passenger here, you really can appreciate this massive glass roof. It really gives it a more airy feel. And Volvo is designing this car for families. So for instance, The middle seat over here retains a similar function as the previous XC90 series. So you'll get this built-in bolster seat for small kids, which pops up like this. So it's like a mini booster chair for small kids. They still use this for the EX90, which is a nice touch. And to get to the third row is very easy as well. To access the third row, you just need one hand, just pull this lever, and it slides in like that. Just one single touch. But the second row is not electrically powered, it's all manual control. But for the third row, you can fold it up and down electronically by pressing the button over here. It folds up and you can get in like this. It's quite a squeeze. Yeah, but it works. Alright, so I'm in the third row right now and adjust the second row one notch above, and I think it's pretty decent for adults. I have my aircon over here, I have my USB-C charging port over here, I have this amount of knee room and this amount of headroom. It's okay for adults for short trips, but for long distance drive, I suggest to leave it to the children instead. So overall, I think for most families, you should be fine, but to carry adults over here, only for short distance drives. But overall, I like the fact that you can actually adjust the three pieces over here in the second row individually, which is a nice touch. The EX90 comes equipped with a 111 kWh battery, which has a rated WLTP range of up to 600 km depending on the variant. And this EV supports 11 kW 3-phase AC charging and DC charging up to 250 kilowatts. According to Volvo, on the spec sheet, this can get from 10 to 80% in just half an hour. For this price range, I expect something quicker. And the Volvo EX90 comes with a frunk. And there's also one more thing that's special. You see the thing up there that looks like a taxi light? That's actually LiDAR, so that should improve the autonomous driving features, which looks pretty cool. So there you have it, that's a quick preview of the Volvo EX90. That's all we can tell in this short period of time. So for now, we don't know the exact variants that's coming to Malaysia, but what we do know is that this EV has an indicated pricing of 450,000 ringgit. And to recap, this is a 3-row, 7-seater, fully electric SUV from Volvo, and it's the biggest Volvo EV yet for passenger cars. So what do you guys think about the Volvo EX90? Will you get this or other 7-seater MPV contenders, or even other 7-seater SUVs like the Kia EV9 as well as the Mercedes EQS SUV? Let us know in the comment section down below. This is Alex from soyachincha.com. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, like us on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe us on our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell icon so that you'll be informed of our future videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you next one. Bye.